Yo, good morning guys. Right, we have got another project. We are literally just the other side of the house. We're actually doing another, that's the job that you've been following us on, doing an extension over there. So naturally when we work in one area, we generally take over just the way it is, unfortunately. We generally end up doing quite a few jobs for different neighbours and all that sort of stuff, and I'm guessing, leave in your comments below if that happens to you guys. So this job here, we got a kitchen renovation. It shouldn't take us too long, he says famously. So if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button in one of the corners, and let's get stuck into the job. Okay, so in here, we've already been here a day. Lewis is leading this job, which is fantastic. So if you follow us on Instagram, the link's in the description below, you'll see that. So this is a kitchen renovation that we're doing. Okay, so this is our day two, or morning of day two. I haven't, to be fair, I haven't done any of that. Lewis and Neil have took all the kitchen out, stripped everything back, got all the tiles up. So we, on this job, obviously it's a new kitchen, overboard all the ceilings, alter the electrics to suit the new plan. There's going to be downlights over here in like the dining area, sort of snug lounge, and then above my head, this is all downlights in here, undercabs, that sort of stuff. Also, we are vaulting this ceiling, so we are going to be putting a Velux above my head here. It's going to be around about 550 by 700, something around that sort of size. There's a board to change as well here. There's a few other electrical bits and bobs, and we've just walked in and there's a bit of a leak which has been going on for quite some time, which is actually to do with that. So we're going to have to look into that, because we don't want to be doing this nice new kitchen and having later on down the line, I mean, yes, it's only a drip, but it's going to cause a problem. We need to sort that. So plan for today is for me to get on with a lot of the first fix, and like I say, we've already got where the downlights are going to be now, sorted all those out yesterday. There's 9 in this area it's going to be, and then I think there's going to be 6 in behind here. So my plan is to get on with the electrics here. Like I say, I'm trying to leave Lewis to get on with it. I don't want to get too involved. I don't want to, you know, more to hold his hand as such if he's a bit unsure on what he wants to do or how to go about it. But it's going to be incredibly noisy because they've got to get the rest of that adhesive up, and that's going to suck. So I'm going to get myself sorted, because this is literally how I've walked into it. Get myself sorted, and we shall catch up with you in a moment. So you guys might have noticed that it's not Lou, it's Jack. So Jack's been with me. It's been a bit of a slight change of plan, because I forgot, to be honest, that Kian is, they now changed his apprenticeship stuff, so he's on week, like block release as such. So they've nicked Lou and took him back over there. So me and Jack have been over here. So I've now traced the oven, extended that cable down, so that's going to go into that chase. So the plan is for me and Jack now, because Jack's just pretty much finished chasing all that off, as you've just seen. So we're going to have, in the bottom of here, we're going to have the oven isolator and the socket for the integrated fridge freezer, which is there. Then there's a microwave going above in high level, so that's going to be there. So it's a gas hob, so gas hob's just going to have an ignition source around there somewhere. Now this arrangement, so we've got the water heater, so your old immersion heater, to turn on from down here, completely stupid. So that's going to be done away with anyway because they don't use it. So the fridge, which is a double socket down there, which again, because this can't stay here because it's having a 900 hob, so it literally goes from there to there. And then so that needs to be all reconfigured anyway. But the two big things with this is that you've got a tumble dryer and washing machine, which is actually in the room over there, and that's the isolators for it. So absolutely stupid place to put that. So I'm gonna have to reconfigure all that to go in that way, I think. And then we've got a dishwasher over here, and that's pretty much it. There's obviously undercabs that, so what we're going to do with these, as always, we use the LED ribbon light tape, whichever way you want to go about it. So we're going to bring these to the top. So it's just a case of undoing these supplies. But if you look here, you've got where you can see where the capping is underneath, and then I've got some fixings directly above. So there's a possibility that they've been caught. So we'll expose those anyways, and also we'll inspect if there's any cables that have been damaged. Same on this side, that needs to bring up, but the actual units across here are all actually, I've got like a flyover as I call it, so the extractor fan's integrated as well, rather than a chimney hood. So yeah, so that's the biggest headache, believe it or not, is actually sorting that lot out. So we've sorted those. So we've gone for 4 downlights in here. Don't need any more than that, it's more than enough for this size of room. And then we just got to sort out all the switching and stuff and put them in maintenance-free junction boxes. And this one here is, where I'm standing now, there's actually going to be a bit of a breakfast bar, try and do it that way. There's going to be a bit of a breakfast bar return, and there's going to be 3 feature lights. So that's what this lot is. We're going to have to alter the position for this one and have that on there. That's what we're doing. So yeah, so that's where we're at the minute. So I'd go and show you the board, just so you can see what you're dealing with. Okay, so we're in the garage. It's a nice big garage, nice and roomy, but they actually use it. They do put their car in there, so that's great. So we've got the original board for the house, which is that bad boy. Now, for obvious reasons, we're changing it. Last date of inspection was 2001. It's had multiple additions to it. So we obviously need to be sorting that out. And also there is some outside stuff which I'll show you as well. And I've genuinely just seen this. I don't know whether you can see that because it's blinded, but I've got to sort this this is the sort of stuff that you get around, so I don't know what's going on with all that, but like I say, we'll check those, and I'll just run you outside and show you the outside lights that need to be rectified now as well. The outside lights themselves, again, they've been installed by a professional and left like that, so that's a pro installer job, that is. So good quality pro installer. Same as these 3, did all these at the same time. Jack's been super noisy. So he's done this one, so using twin and earth going outside, clicked along roughly in the loose sense of the word, to up here, clicked along, and then down to this one. So after speaking to the homeowner, I said they're not very good, need to have a look at those. He just said, well, just replace all 3 anyway. So we'll do those. So we're just going to get them first fixed, because I said the way I do it, you're not going to see any cables. So that's what you want, isn't it? And part of that, the job as well, is if you can see, that's where the Velux is going into that centre section there. So that's what Steve will be doing. I think he's doing that tomorrow. I think that's the plan. And I've got to do some more stuff over there now, over the other job. So it's no rest for the wicked. Today's video is sponsored by who, Neil?
Traderfy,
there you go. So for those of you who don't know what Traderfy is, it is a job management software. So you can do all your quoting, estimates, invoicing. It sets reminders as well. So if you sent a quote out and you haven't heard anything back, it'll automatically send another reminder out. There's an easy accept and decline. You can also do offer services such as credit card services through it. When you've got multiple lads working for you, you've got basically job management on there, so you can send your emails off to each independent engineer or lad who's working for you. So like Will's from Will's Electrical, I spoke to him about it in great detail about Traderfy, how good it is, and he will back me up how good that is. It is such a fantastic system. So if you want to give it a go, there's a link in the description below. It's a 14-day free trial. And then if you like it, this is exactly how we did it. If you use the promo code GHawk50, you'll get 50% off for the first 3 months. So, like I say, go and check them out. Okay, so we've been getting on with this side here. So what we've actually discovered with this appliance isolating grid switching stuff, that actually went into the cavity. So the other side of there, you've got the waste stack that goes into there. So I've had to pull that back, expose the top up there, and then bring all the cables through, bring them that way, and then extend them when they get to there, which then leads me down to this arrangement here, which is what I've got to do, and just got to clip all that lot up. So now I'm going to look at getting a feed from the hob over here hopefully, and then back down into that run, because obviously I've got to use my prescribed zones and things like that, the cable runs. Jack's been getting on with sorting out the cabling for the outside lights, so I'll go out there in a second and show you there. And then Neil, he's been blue gritting and scraping all the rest of all the tile adhesive off. So for those of you who don't know what blue grit is, obviously that is what you end up with, and it dries, and it's essentially, in there is a glue with like fine aggregates in it. So obviously when you plaster in, it just binds it all together a lot nicer. So when you're going over stuff like this, it's just better. You can, so it's like PVA. So you know, obviously people use PVA glue for plastering, but obviously we're doing this because it's actually a better job. Although looking at that, Neil likes getting it all over my tools. So I've now, the lads are wanting to board this tomorrow, to be honest, so got to pull my finger out a bit more messing about to do. So for me now, I've got to sort the feature lights going over this bit here, which is then going to be connected into that, and then I've got to run another cable for that hob. So I'll just quickly run you outside and show you what Jack's been up to. So where the old floodlights were, where you saw, Jack's gone up into the soffit, re-cabled all those, rewired those, and then we're going to use the Whisker 308s to join those up, so you can't see any of the twin and earth at all, because as it stands now, it was all clipped up to the underside of the soffit and the fascia, so all this is coming off, and then basically we'll put a Whisker 308 on and get those all sorted and away. Same with this one here, so this is a new one, this is the old one, and it just takes it all away, and there's no wires on show. I mean, this is a very nice house, and why on earth you'd think you'd get away with having the install like that, I've no idea whether that's lack of skill or lack of pride, don't know, who knows. So I'll get on with these bits, and yeah, Neil, what should you say for yourself?
To do what?
You know what?
Which one?
Yeah, exactly.
Which bit?
How many mistakes? What do you want to own up to?
What, touching that?
No. What do you want to own up to? We'll catch up with you in a minute. Okay, so I'm now sorting out the decorative lights that are going to be going over the breakfast bar area. So how we'll go about doing that is, I know I've got there's a 720 draw pack which is going just on that wall, and then I've got a 600 coming off this way, and then the breakfast bars are 910 deep as such, so I want to put that right in the centre of that. So I've marked all that out, but obviously the key part is actually having a laser level like this. So like this Bosch laser level here has got a datum point, so I've marked on the floor. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I've marked on the floor where I want one light and then the next one on there. So obviously then that transfers that mark through to the top, and then that is up onto the ceiling which is there, and then just mark that through. So and then I'll just bring them along to each one, and then that's how you know exactly that they're all going to be in line, they're all in the right spot, because there's 3 going in across here. So yeah, so that's how I go about doing those. So Neil's just getting on with blue gritting the other wall, which, so if you don't know how to do the blue grit, the best way we've found is actually using a roller, and then when you need to get inside the other bits is just go over to the brush, but a roller's the best way. But you've got to make sure you rinse them out afterwards as they get knackered. So Jack's just prepping all these now, so he's got the whisker boxes up nice and tight, all the cables are hidden, which is what we want. So Jack's just going to sort these ones out, then he's going to bring those through. But you've already wagoed those up, haven't you? Yeah. So what Jack's already done, he's already wagoed those up. Although there's no voltage going to them now, it's just speeding things up for the second fix. And then what he'll do is when we come around for the second fix is put a stuffing gland in the bottom of those, and then that takes care of all those. So second fix is nice and easy, and to be fair, we can order those lights, and if they come in and we've got nothing else to do, which is highly unlikely, it's another job for Jack just to quickly get on with those if the weather's all right. So yeah, so that's what we're doing at the minute. So I'll get those cables sorted, and then that'll probably about do me for today. Okay, so that's the end of our day. So Jack's got on with all the outside stuff. We've got the first fix pretty much there now. Just a couple of little questions I've got to ask about the decorative lights. So Neil's got some trestles around ready for Stevie for tomorrow, and Jack's having a bit of a hoover up inside. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, don't forget to hit the subscribe button in the corner, leave your comments below, and yeah, give us a thumbs up if you like it, and we shall see you tomorrow. Take care guys, see you next time.